financial review which members wish to debate is the Ministry for the Environment. Nikki Wagner.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Now, the mission for the Ministry for the Environment is environmental stewardship for a prosperous New Zealand. And I believe that they're truly delivering on that goal, with 3 significant environmental firsts in the last year. The Ministry is strongly focused on improving New Zealand's freshwater management, and it has led comprehensive reform in this area. Based on the Land and Water Forum, which in itself was a real breakthrough in terms of getting long overdue action on water, the Ministry of the Environment has developed the first ever national policy on fresh water and now new national objective framework for water. Now, this framework is scientifically backed and it will deliver real reform for freshwater management. It will support communities to set freshwater objectives and water quality bottom lines to preserve our ecosystem and human health. And I just want to note that the numeric values that inform this framework and bottom lines have been provided by over 60 freshwater scientists from both the public and the private sector and from academia, and these values have been tested against a reference group of water users, so they're practical and sensible initiatives. Now, the framework will provide a solid platform for maintaining and improving water quality in all our rivers, our lakes and our wetlands, and this is something that I think all New Zealanders will support. Another first for the Ministry is the work behind the Exclusive Economic Zone Environmental Effects and Continental Shelf Act that we passed last year. New Zealand now, for the very first time, has a legislative framework to ensure environmental protection of our oceans. This is essential regulation and long overdue. Although there has been an oil and gas industry operating in New Zealand waters for over 50 years, there has never been any protection. And it is absolutely now time to introduce that, and this Act will protect our seas, and National has done it. But probably the most influential first is the work that the Ministry has completed to introduce a new environmental reporting bill, which will come into the House later this week. Without objective, long-term monitoring and reporting, it's impossible to make scientifically valid and intelligent decisions about our environment. And this bill will provide comprehensive and independent reporting, and that reporting will be analysed by the Parliamentary Commissioner for the Environment. It will report on air, climate and atmosphere, fresh water, marine and land, and with an overlay of biodiversity across all those areas. So finally, we will have credible environmental information to underpin our decisions. Too often in this House, we debate the quality of the information rather than debate the actions that could make significant difference to our environment. So I want to congratulate the Ministry of Environment for the work that it's done, as evidenced by these 3 firsts. The National Objectives Framework for Fresh Water that will improve water quality across the country, the EEZ legislation to protect our oceans environments, and the new environmental reporting legislation, which will provide scientifically based information to influence future environmental decision-making. With these 3 firsts, New Zealand has been gaining a reputation for its innovative approach to bringing together successful environmental and economic policy, something that underpins National's blue-green philosophy based on our belief that looking after the environment and growing our economy can and must go hand in hand for the long-term well-being of all New Zealanders.
The question, John. The question is that the report of the Local Government Environment Committee on the 2012-13 financial review of the Ministry of Environment be noted. Those of that opinion will say aye. To the contrary, no. The ayes have it. I understand the next financial review